Welcome back. I think we have Smriti Irani live with us. Smriti Irani, Union Minister, is live now on Republic. Congratulations on the numbers. What is more significant, Ms. Irani, for the BJP? The fact that it has won in 4 states or winning UP quite substantially? If you were to be asked to choose which one is more significant, which one would you pick?
I think, Arnab, for us, what is of particular delight is the fact that the people of Uttar Pradesh particularly have rejected vote bank politics and politics of a particular family. I also believe that when we rejoice in the victory in Uttar Pradesh, I also individually take pride in the Manipur results because the BJP organizationally has given the responsibility to a female state president. I am also delighted that those who are naysayers who said that in Uttarakhand and in Goa, BJP will be abysmal in its performance today, are possibly chewing the numbers and wondering why their projections went wrong. So for me, if you ask me what is important for the Bharatiya Janata Party, I say this, that what is important for Indian politics today is that vote bank politics has been rejected, that people have come out decisively and voted on issues of development.
Absolutely, it is, without doubt, without doubt. Is this a midterm test for the BJP machinery?
Arnab, every election that we opine on, be it a municipal election or a Jila Panchayat election or a Vidhan Sabha election, it seems every election is projected as a litmus test for Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi's leadership was expected to receive vehement support in 2014. There were naysayers in 2019 who had their hopes dejected and rejected when Narendra Modi came back with an emphatic victory. And today, with a deep sense of gratitude and humility, let me say this, that in 24 again, you and I, if you agree, will speak about how Narendra Modi magic worked once again and how once again in 24, he is the Prime Minister of India.
And about the vote share, a 42.3% vote share in Uttar Pradesh, that was unexpected. Has this come at the cost of any parties? Does this have anything to do with the BSP vote share almost crumbling to around 50% at what it used to be?
I would take umbrage, Arnab, in the fact that you will not allocate our success to our strengths, our success to the fact that we reached out to voters and prescribe it to the crumbling of a political organization other than ours. In fact, I would say this, that I am delighted, in fact, about the fact that the vote share has gone up because there were hordes of women who came out in support of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The vote share went up because people recognize that this is a decisive election where many naysayers, especially in Newton's Delhi, spoke about anti-incumbency. They were determined to make it as an example of pro-incumbency. And I think that you can attribute the growth in the vote share to that conscientious citizen that wanted to send a message to political organizations and so-called Rajneetik Visheshagyas across the country that this is a vote for development.
Ms. Irani, the Samajwadi Party said, and I'd just like to read out to you what they have said in a tweet. They said, "Sabhi Sapa Gadbandhan प्रत्याशियों, पदाधिकारियों, कार्यकर्ताओं एवं नेताओं से अपील है कि अपनी सतर्कता बनाए रखें। अभी भी बहुत राउंड की गिनती बाकी है और कई सीटों पर मार्जिन कम है। बीजेपी के लोग जीत का जश्न मना कर आपको बरगला रहे हैं। इनके धोखे में ना आए, मतगणना स्थल पर मजबूती से डटे रहें।" द इंसिनुएशन जो कहा जा रहा है, एक तरह से जो चार्ज है आप पर, द इंसिनुएशन इज कि बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता गड़बड़ी कर रहे हैं पोलिंग बूथ पर, ये धोखा हो रहा है, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. And there hasn't been a statement yet from Akhilesh conceding defeat. What is your take on this? Because there's an attempt at creating this kind of ये मतलब एक तरह से doubt create करने की कोशिश है.
What kind of a statement? Arnab, what kind of a statement would you expect from Akhilesh ji? And I say this with a modicum of modesty, from a man who gave a clarion call for violence, for a man who besmirched the name of the Election Commission of India. Would you honestly expect him to accept his political fate? Is it the first time that Akhilesh Yadav has lost to the Bharatiya Janata Party? No. Loss has become a habit for him. The fact that the pride has taken a huge hit, because he did have a lot of friends, particularly in the media, who implored to those they presumed were sitting at the sidelines that ab cycle chalegi raftar se. We all knew, whoever is connected to the ground, ki cycle kab ki puncture ho chuke. Do you honestly expect that such a gentleman would tell his party members to embrace the election results, the people's verdict, with humility and grace? That is not expected of him. This is a gentleman who particularly ensured that in his congregations, journalists are pushed around. This is a gentleman who particularly ensured that those who have a criminal background are particularly given tickets. This is a gentleman who refused to take action against his candidates, who openly threatened voters. And now you want this gentleman to show you respect towards the people's mandate. That is not a possibility.
The Congress party. Are you surprised with the results in Raebareli and Amethi where the BJP has won?
I know, Arnab, that you are particularly devastated that the Congress has lost its grip on Indian politics. I know that you're particularly devastated that the Congress party especially is led by people who have made it a political virtue to befool people on the basis of fake promises. I will only say this, that it was presumed that Mrs. Vadra प्राण फूकने आई है, लेकिन पार्टी फूक के जा रही है, सबको पता था. That for them politics is a vocation. That for them politics is an issue for which they have only limited time for. For them, politics and particularly elections is reduced to just vacationing politically or to tour politically and reduced to snapshots, Twitter feeds. For us, politics is about ensuring that the people's challenges are met with solution. And that is a drastic difference between the two organizations. Now the question that begets the Congress Karyakarta and organization is this: for how long will they take on the burden called the Gandhi family? It is not a question for me to reflect on. It's a question for Congress to ponder over.
Well, truly, any questions here from any of our... Abhishek, would you like to shoot a question there? Abhishek Kapoor would like to ask you a quick question. Smriti, Abhishek.
Well, for one, the fact that women came out in large numbers and, so to say, voted with both hands, what schemes you think played their role in that factor, which is, I think, a decisive factor in today's victory?
Talking about it, yes.
I think, Abhishek, particularly for women, the law and order situation and the administrative response to the same is something that became a huge factor for their draw towards the Bharatiya Janata Party. Additionally, 15 crore citizens in Uttar Pradesh received 19 months of free ration. Women particularly benefited from the free COVID vaccine. They particularly benefited over 2 crore women who received a toilet for the first time in their own individual households. And these are the factors which became dominant for the female voter. I am particularly honored that there was a presumption about women voters in UP, that they incline towards a political organization that their families tell them to incline towards. The fact that women, particularly in Uttar Pradesh, have understood the power of that one vote that that woman has is something that we can all celebrate today. It is an indication not only to Uttar Pradesh politics, but the country at large.
Yeah. Well, Smriti Irani, this is big. It's a semi-final to 2024, and no, I'm not devastated. Why should I be devastated?
It seems every election is a semi-final.
I watch with great amusement. No, I watch with great amusement. I just said some time back, Smriti, that that the person who you devastated last time in the Lok Sabha election has just got into another coaching class. He says he says it's a learning experience for me. Every election he says I learn and I learn and I learn. Yes.
Arnab, they are barely amusing. They are barely amusing. They are mostly inept.
Well, Smriti, I have a request for you. And that comes from our sister channel, Republic Bangla. They're lined up. They want to speak to you. A lot of people, we've done a lot of coverage on Republic Bangla. There's a lot of curiosity about the results and its national impact. So Mayuk is waiting to go live with you on Republic Bangla. So if you can just not take off your talk back, I'll hand over to them. Thank you very much for speaking to me. That's Smriti Irani, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, please do stay, and that's a toss to Republic Bangla.